Uh, Hello, children. I think it's after a very long time that you're really seeing me. Uh, you have usually seen me in your classrooms where I have not actually taught you, but have been there maybe on proxy, or maybe I have come to your class to tell you different stories, or maybe in the have shared some experiences of mine with you in the form of stories. And this time I am taking a lecture on the topic shapes, which you have already learned in maths. You have learnt about various shapes in your preschool, in your senior KG, and I guess you must be remembering a lot of your shapes too. Right now, if you can see the screen, you can see that there is a design on the screen which has a lot of shapes. And if you notice, if you see them properly, then you can see circle, you can see squares, you can see triangles, and you can see rectangles on those, on that, in that design. So these are basically the shapes that we are going to learn about, that I am talking to you about. If you can, if you can remember, there the number of shapes that you have usually seen. You have your circles. Circles could be any shapes. Your plates at home could be a circle, your katoris at home could be a circles, and even you can use even your glasses, the top of your glass, when you invert it upside down, and then you can draw a circle with that, so you get a circle there also. So that is different kinds of circles that we are talking about. So let's just now get started with our uh, with the different kinds of shapes that we are going to learn about. All right. The first one is, the first slide that you can see on your screens is that a shape is a form of an object or its outer boundary or outline. There are some basic shapes like circle, square, triangle, and rectangle. So what is a shape? Is an outer boundary. It is a boundary. It is like a circle. It is like an end. All right, an end to a particular shape. Beyond that end, that shape does not exist. That is what is called a boundary or an outline. All right. When we give you an outline, when we ask you to color, we tell you don't go outside that line, because if you go outside that line, then your coloring gets spoiled. So we always ask you to color inside that particular black line that we have given you as on your drawing. In the same, so that black line that we give you on your drawing is your boundary, or it is your outline. It means that you are not allowed to cross beyond, or you are not allowed to cross outside that line. Whatever coloring or whatever you have to do is within that particular line. So over here you have four basic shapes, which is circle, square, triangle, and rectangle. Now to get on with the very first one, which is a circle. What is a circle? It is a shape which is round. All right. It does not have any straight lines. When you draw a circle, you do not, you cannot identify, you cannot tell that, okay, I started my circle at this place and I ended my circle at this particular place. It just goes round and round and round and round, right? And we have a circle which does not have any straight lines. It does not have any edges or corners. There is no place where there is a kind of a corner formed that is going to hurt. All right, it is just round in shape. We have various games that you play. You play dodgeball, you stand in a circle. You play what is that, the farmers in the den, you stand in a circle. Then you play ringer ringer roses, that also you form a circle and you play that game also in a circle. So these are a few games that you play in the circle. Besides that, there are other examples with pictures of which I have put on the screen. If you can see properly, when you draw a sun, when someone asks you to draw a sun, the first thing that you do is you draw a sun and then you draw the lines around the sun. But the sun that you draw is always round. When you look out of the window and if you see the moon on certain days has different shapes, but on a full moon day, the moon is always round. All right, so that in that circle also, that moon is also a circle. The game for us, games that we play at home, the best example of the game we play is a ball. A ball is also a circle, which is also round, and it just rolls. All right, it does not stand in one particular place. That is the reason why we say it has no edges or it has no corners. When you kick a ball, it just goes rolling. Okay, I gave you an example of your plates which you eat your food in. Your plate is also round. The earth that we live on is also circular in shape, is also a round ball, right? And our favorite dish, the pizza. Yes, the pizza is also round. Our rotis are round. Our parathas are round. Our puris are round. So we have so many different things that are circle in shape. All right. So a circle, again, I'm repeating, a circle is round in shape. A circle does not have any straight lines and it does not have any edges or corners. All right, so those are the examples of the circle that you can see on the screen. Let's go to the next one. The next one is a square. Okay, what is a square? A square is a four-sided figure. All right, it means that the square has four sides and four corners. All the four sides are of the same size. So if you can see this figure, it has got 1, 2, 3, and 4. Four sides, and all four sides are of the same size. In the same way, we have, so it has got four edges, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Four edges, and those two edges, when they join together, they form a corner. So there's 1, 2, 3, and 4. So there are four corners that the square has. And the best example of our square is the handkerchief that we use, the kerchief that we carry in our pockets when we come to school, when we go out. Right now we are using handkerchiefs as masks, right? So those handkerchiefs are nothing but a square. Now, examples of the square that I have given you is a handkerchief. If you look down below, this is the handkerchief. Again, it's a proper square. Then I have drawn an example of crackjack biscuits. If you see your crackjack biscuits, your crackjack biscuits are exact squares. That means all the four sides of that biscuit are the same, right? So crackjack biscuit is also a square. Your clocks in the house could be round or could be squares, right? So we have the clock, which is also a square, and our most favorite food, which is our sandwich. Our sandwich bread is also a big square, right? A sandwich bread is also a square. We have two sandwich breads we put on one on top of the other, wherein in between we can put butter and chutney and cheese and onion and tomato and cucumber, and we make a nice lovely sandwich, and then we cut it into half, or we cut it into 4 or 6 pieces, and then we take each piece and we eat them, right? But as a whole, the sandwich bread is a square. All right, so that is what a square is all about. Now to go on to the next one, we have the triangle. Now, what is a triangle? A triangle is a three-sided figure, and it has 3 sides and 3 corners. Now, if you see this triangle, it's 1, 2, and 3 sides. In the same way, these 3 sides are called the 3 edges or 3 sides, and these this place where those 2 lines meet are called the corners of the triangle. And our favorite food, wow, yummy, is the samosa, right? All of us love to eat samosas, and we run down to the canteen and we buy those samosas with samosa and pav, and you put it in between and you eat it, right? Now that samosa is nothing but triangular in shape. So I have given you the examples of the samosa. Samosa is a triangular in shape. If you see the roof of your house, the roof of your house is also triangular in shape, right? So if it is a roofed house, not necessarily that everybody's houses are roofed, but if you have a roofed house, then the roof of the house has a triangular shape. Then what we draw is the mountains. When we are asked to draw mountains on a sheet of paper, what we do is we make that up-down pattern and we color them brown, and we say, okay, this is the mountain. So our mountains have a triangular shape, right? Our mountains are triangular in shape, and that's how we determine. And when we color them brown, we say, okay, this is the shape of the mountain. And then the last one is the traffic signs. These traffic signs are usually put in triangles. If you go on the road and you see some poles, they will have some kind of traffic signs like cross on the zebra crossing, or no parking, or one lane entry, or something like that. But all those are put in a triangular sign. So if you can see over here, this is a signal which is put in a triangular sign, which shows that, okay, there is a signal ahead and you have to be prepared to whatever the indication the signal is giving you. So these are the various examples of a triangle. All right, then we come to the next one, which is rectangle. What is a rectangle? A rectangle is a four-sided figure with opposite sides of the same length. A rectangle has four sides and four corners. All right, so this is what a rectangle looks like. It's a four-sided figure. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And it has four corners, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we have four corners, but it also says that the opposite sides, that's this side, and this side, and then this side, and this side. So opposite sides of the rectangle are of the same length. So that means I have two sides which measure the same length. Now the best example of a rectangle is our pencil boxes, right? Our pencil boxes are all rectangular in shape. Our books that we have in school, our worksheets, our evaluation books, our textbooks, they are all rectangular in shape. Rectangular in the sense that the two opposite sides are of the same length, and two sides are also, the two opposite sides of the other side are also of the same length, right? So a book is also an example of a rectangle. And then we have an ideal example of a rectangle, which is our money notes. Be it a 5 rupee note, be it a 10 rupee note, a 20 rupee note, a 100 rupee note, a 500 rupee note, or a 2000 rupee note. Any note that you take in your hand has the same shape, and that is rectangular shape. All right, so our notes, our money notes are all rectangular in shape. And then when we come to the classroom, if you notice our classroom blackboards are also rectangular in shape. So our blackboard, and the teacher writes across the blackboard like this, all right? And then she rubs it out or whatever, but our blackboards are all rectangular in shape. So basically we are not going to learn more than 4 basic shapes. These are the basic shapes that we're going to learn, that we have learned about. And now after this, I would like to say that I need to show you a small jingle which you would probably enjoy. So let me say that it is jingle time now, and listen to the jingle, and maybe we can all sing it together also. If you can see it on your, you'll be able to see it on your screen. Let us all sing it together and enjoy the jingle. And after the jingle, I will be back. All right.
If you can, I have just one line that goes round and round, and I can roll on the ground. What am I? You're a circle. Do you know what I am? can. I have four sides, they're all the same. If you know my name, you're good at this game. What am I? You're a square. Do you know what I am? Say my name if you can. I have four sides, like a square, but two sides are shorter, and I don't care. What am I? You're a rectangle. Draw a square in the air. Draw a rectangle in the air. I see shapes. I see shapes, shapes, shapes. Everywhere I go, I see lots of shapes. Circle, circle. Triangle, triangle. Square, square. Rectangle, rectangle. Circle, triangle, square, rectangle. Circle, triangle, square, rectangle. Circle, triangle, square, rectangle. Shapes are everywhere. I see shapes. I see shapes, shapes, shapes. Everywhere I go, I see lots of shapes.
Okay, children. That brings us to the end of our jingle time. I hope you like the jingle, and you must have seen that all the shapes that we spoke about just some time back have been shown to you in the jingle too. Now there is one little assignment that I want you to do. Not very difficult, just a little fun exercise, but I'm sure you will enjoy doing it. And your assignment is going to be go around the house and write down 5 things of the following shapes: a circle, a square, a triangle, and a rectangle. So what you have to do is just move around the house and find out which place has what shape, or what particular object in your house has a particular shape, and then just write down, make a list of 5 such shapes. So you have to make a list of 5 circles, you have to make a list of 5 squares, you have to make a list of 5 triangles, and a list of 5 rectangles. But make sure that they are not a part of the examples that I have shown you. So your examples have to be different. So do not repeat ball, handkerchief, samosa, or pencil box or book, because these are the examples that I have already shown you, right? So think about different shapes. There will be a lot of shapes that you will find within your house, and I'm sure you will be able to write down those shapes and do complete your home assignment. All right. With that, I would like to say that you need to remain indoors, and you really need to take a lot of care of yourself, and do not go out and play in the open. This is a very, very important time where we need to take a lot of care of our health, so that we can be back to school in time. And when we come back to school in June, maybe we will learn a lot of things about our shapes, or about various other different things, and we will also be able to discuss a lot of other things that we did during our May vacations, and a lot of vacations that you had. With that, I will say bye bye for now, and thank you very much. Yes, see you.